Welcome, schoolgirls, to the Tolan Ticket, featuring the big fella and priest mode.
All right, we're going. Tip. Excuse me. Okay. I have Tourette's. Priest, kick us off.
No, we have the intro.
Where are we, though? Welcome back, guys, to the third edition of the Tolan Ticket 2015. We're talking running backs today.
Live from Ugly Joe's at the usual spot. We're going to go over our big board rankings here.
We're drinking brewskis, and Kenny's here as well.
Some Dr. Pepper sipping on some scissor.
Kenny has violent poison ivy.
Anyway.
Moving on.
So while we watch the Royals game, we're going to go ahead and talk about our first picks. We're in a little bit of a disagreement, but, you know, that's what this is for.
We're giving you the top 40, Priest mode and the big fella. Yeah, our rankings will contrast a little bit at times. At number one, though, who do you have, Priest?
Well, I got Jamal Charles and Le'Veon Bell at number one. If Le'Veon Bell wasn't suspended for those 2 games, I would definitely have him over Charles. But let's be honest, in PPR world, these 2 dudes are the creme of the creme. They are the best.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And I even though the Chiefs still have got Macklin, I still feel Charles is going to be a heavy dose.
Oh.
Kelsey's coming back. It's still going to be a Charles day. And Le'Veon Bell, you know, he's their go-to guy. We saw how the Steelers performed in the playoffs without him. He'll still be their go-to guy.
Definitely.
So those are my first 2.
Let me preface this first, though, by saying I did not use PPR. I should have, but I based mine off of non-PPR leagues. And you did PPR, so that's okay.
Yes.
They'll hear both perspectives. I did take into consideration, obviously, receiving yards, but not catches.
Not catches.
Not receptions.
All right, so who's your number 1 and number 2?
I have AP over Le'Veon Bell by like 3 points.
Didn't even play last year.
They're going to force feed the shit out of him. If AP is going to have one more good year, it's this year.
This is ludicrous.
And he breaks down
so you're
next
telling
year.
me the number 1 running back, number 1 pick in fantasy should be a guy who didn't even play last year?
Oh, mama, yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. His body is as fresh as ever, injury-free. North Turner offense, they're going to pass to him more than he's ever been passed to.
So what you're telling me
I'm nervous. He's going to have a big year.
Chris Johnson could be a very good running back this year since he didn't play last year. If he gets picked up by the Cowboys.
Chris Johnson played for the Jets last year.
He didn't play. He sucked.
Yeah, he sucked last year. AP didn't suck. He didn't play.
But the point of the story is...
I have AP, you have Bell and Charles.
Yes.
But I have Bell. If Bell was to play all 16 games...
We agree.
He would score more points than AP.
Would be number 1.
I have AP getting the total most points by like 5 points. We'll post that online tomorrow, Friday. Well, today, Friday. You'll see it, I guess. We're confused.
Our top 5s are pretty much spot on, just with disagreement with AP. But
so 3, I have Charles.
Yeah.
You have Lacey.
I have Eddie Lacy.
We talked about Charles. What do you like about Lacey this year going into 2015, Priest?
He is still the cold weather back in Lambeau. You can't. I mean, he's still the man.
He is.
I don't think I like any particular thing with him. I quite honestly hate him, but you know he produces, and if you want to win, you got to get somebody good who produces.
Kenny, feel free to chime in. I think with the Green Bay line looking good again, healthy, he's never had injury problems aside from an ankle that's been tweaked.
He benefits. You're looking at another back who benefits from a pass-happy offense. You know, everybody's going to be sitting back in dimes, nickels, whatever, and he's just going to run up the middle for 3 or 4 yards every time.
I think he's the safest pick. So if you took Lacey at 1, I wouldn't judge you. I have him at 4, though, because I think the upside of Charles Bell and AP is a little higher. But if you're a safe guy and you want to make sure your number 1 running back plays every week.
Yeah. Our top 5 are surefire first-round picks. So, and number 4, I got Adrian Peterson.
One thing on Lacey, though, remember last year, don't forget this. He started off the year last year so slow.
Yeah.
He didn't find the end zone for me until like week 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So...
And he had
keep
a great
that
year.
in mind, though, before you think he's perfectly safe. Yeah, he had a great. Well, he dominated the second half.
Yeah, well,
that helps.
good weather, you know.
Yeah,
Lambeau Field.
He's a big old husky boy.
Didn't use. Thought he was in the Bahamas.
With dreadlocks and a black. Oh.
And I have AP at 4. We've already kind of touched base on that. I don't think him being out for a whole year is really going to make him that. I mean, he's still a great back.
He's still in your first tier.
Yeah, he's still the only thing the Vikings have going for them. So
the top 4 running backs, we have a consensus. We agree on the top 4 backs.
And 5, for that matter.
Oh, yeah, I guess 5 is the same guy. Let's do it.
Let's talk about him.
LaShawn McCoy.
Okay.
I think of all backs, he'll be force-fed like Murray was last year because Ryan is he loves to run the football. He loves to pound the football.
And he was so pissed last year with the Jets that he's going to have no more Chris Ivory.
Yeah, and their quarterbacks are so terrible. Sammy Watkins might get hurt. Percy Harvin will probably get hurt. Let's be honest, he gets hurt every year. They're going to pound the rock. I think McCoy could break down next year, but if he's going to be good for one more year like AT,
it's going to be Marty Ball.
It's now.
Their defense.
He'll be like Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
He's going to get fucking rode. And he's got something to fight for, too. He talked a lot of shit this offseason. He's got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And he's having parties, too. You read about that?
Yeah, no.
Females only. You're not invited.
And I got Matt Forte at number 6.
Here's where we disagree.
I still feel he's going to be productive. I mean, the quarterback, Cutler, You know, they lost their wide receivers. They got a new one. So, I don't know. I still think nothing's changed.
Yeah, I respect that.
Except Trestman.
And Forte never gets hurt. But I'm going to ask you a question. Answer it honestly. You're the eye test guy.
PPR, sir.
Yeah, okay, PPR, yeah, that's a good call. PPR, that's why you give him over Murray. But eye test, better running back. God, I have DeMarco Murray and Marshawn Lynch so much higher than Forte. But if PPR...
Marshawn Lynch, I feel, is on the decline.
You can make a case for PPR.
He's still a Skittle boy. But DeMarco Murray, the reason why I'm not high on him this year, 3 running backs to compete with.
That's true. He's your number 8. He's my number 6. I have Murray at 6.
So, I don't know.
And then I have, your number 7 is Lynch.
Marshawn.
My number 7 is
Marshawn.
Lynch. We agree there. He'll decline a little bit, but they're still going to feed him. Turbin and Michael suck. So what other option do they have?
And I think with Jimmy Graham's going to take a lot of heat off him too. So if Jimmy Graham wasn't there, I think his decline would be even worse. But
their receivers are good, so people are going to have to clear the box out.
You're going to run into an Eddie Lacy situation in Green Bay with Marshawn in Seattle.
And Marshawn never gets injured, so he's a pretty safe pick too. Even though Kenny, I hate him, but
I don't like him either.
He produces every year, even when I count him out. So
all right,
he'll produce this year, but he's not top 4, but he'll produce.
Number 8, I got DeMarco at number 8. Buyer beware.
Buyer beware, that's true. And he had a lot of mileage last year on him. A lot of carries, a lot of yards, 1,800 plus yards.
Yeah.
So if a guy's going to break down this year, he's candidate number 1.
His all-purpose was like 23, 24. This is insane.
Dominated football. So, I guess that's why we have him so low. The system, though, looks good for him. I have Jeremy Hill at 8, and that one's a little risky.
I think your love and infatuation for him had a lot to do with that ranking right there. Giovanni Bernard's still there.
I did own him last year.
You love him.
But I watched him more than anyone, too, because of that. And, dude, I've never seen a guy rumble and stumble like that as a rookie. I don't remember when I saw that. Maybe AP. Yeah, Bam Morris, exactly. Maybe Adrian Peterson, but the way he's not even that fast, but he just breaks tackles and keeps going. It's like, shit. Is this guy Jerome Bettis, but a little faster?
I mean, he's a good young back, but...
And even if Bernard has a big role in that offense, I think whenever they're in the red zone, close to the goal line, he's going to get the rock.
Yeah, I think we're at the point right now with running backs that the top 5 are going to be the focus backs, the feature backs. The rest are splitting carries.
I think 7 is a good line of demarcation. Because after Lynch, it's really speculative.
Yeah.
I have 9, Arian Foster. So do you. You're fine. We're doing a little podcast. You can say hi.
Hi.
She says hello. What's your name?
Aubrey, what are you doing?
My phone's recording. We're going to put it online.
Oh, no way.
Aubrey from Ugly Joe's, everyone. She's bashful. That's fine. She's very short.
All right.
I'm sitting on a booth. She's like up to my schlonghauser. All right, but we both have 7 Lynch, and then after that, everyone's got a question mark after Marshawn Lynch, I think.
Of course.
So talk about Foster.
I don't like him, but I think he's gonna be productive.
You think he'll get hurt? Is that why you don't like him? Because he has been hurt his whole career.
He's not on my do not draft list, though. So I like him for that.
But the offense looks
But the
bad.
offense, it's going to have to run through him. I mean, they lost Johnson. They have no quarterback. Their team literally sucks.
He's going to get 60 to 65% of the touches. That's going to be a great thing, or he's going to get hurt in week 7.
Yeah.
And he gets hurt often. I owned him last year as well. He missed a few weeks, was still great. Did Kane just go yard?
He certainly did not.
No, but he got a base knock. So yeah, buyer beware a little bit on Foster. How many times are they going to get in the red zone in Houston? I mean, outside of him and DeAndre Hopkins, I don't see anyone that I like.
That is a 5-win team max.
Yeah, and like Brian Hoyer led offenses don't find the end zone very often.
Yeah. No.
So Foster might get 1,300 yards. I have him getting a lot, but touchdowns are going to get you 6 points, buddy.
Yep. You got Foster at 9. You got Forte here.
We talked about
and
Forte.
I got Jeremy Hill. For the reasons because of Giovanni Bernard.
Yep.
But you did non-PPR, so that's why Forte's low on you.
Exactly, lower. I think PPR, I would have Forte right below Lynch. So probably at 8.
6 or 7?
I'd put him at 8 still because I still like McCoy, Murray, and Lynch more. I think those guys find the end zone a lot more than Forte.
I'm just not high on Murray. I think the 3 running backs that they have there is not it's not going to bode well for a top pick like that.
Yeah, but I think that offense will be so good that he'll have so many chances to
but
score.
Sam Bradford's
like
going to be a
Kenny
top
said.
10 quarterback.
See, if that happens too.
This is going to have to be like the greatest show on turf for all these predictions to pan out. Like, how is Sam Bradford and Marco Murray going to kill
That
it?
happens all the time. Look at last year. Tony Romo at DeMarco Murray. Peyton Manning, Edger and James.
But they have
a lot of the great quarterbacks have great running
Eagles
backs.
have a good defense, semi-good, so
they may run even more with the lead. Come on, Breeze.
yeah, maybe.
The only way Murray has a bad year is if he gets hurt. If he is healthy all 16 games, you're going to love riding him. Just ride him.
Oh,
That's what she said.
Oh, ride that BD. Who's next, buddy? What do we got? 10 was Forte for me. You got Jeremy Hill. 11 you put with an M. I think you meant CJ.
yeah.
CJ Anderson.
Yeah, I think I got Mr. Anderson on my do not draft list.
Why do you have that, actually? Let's talk about that, because he looked great last year.
He did
CJ.
look great.
He caught the ball, too.
But I also feel Peyton Manning doing his thing. I hate the Broncos, so I'll never draft the Broncos. Secondly, all the Chiefs fans will agree on that. PPR, I would have him lower, but the PPR bumps him up a couple spots.
Yep.
I don't really have a good explanation on it. I just don't like the way he.
You're not feeling it.
Haters gonna hate.
Feeling his vibe.
One more thing, too. A correction from last month. We talked about the receivers in Denver. I had Jacob Tamme being the starting tight end. They actually have Owen Daniels, so it's a step up for Peyton. But obviously he's not Julius Thomas, and he's still an injury-prone white guy. So, yeah, and he had a career year last year in Baltimore, so I'm not super high on him. 33, 34 years old now, too. I have Lamar Miller here at 11, which is higher than pretty much everyone in the country. I just think Lamar Miller can catch the ball, he can run the ball, he's not sexy.
Still got no Sean down there?
No. The backup now is Ajayi.
Oh, Ajayi. Okay. Tannehill's going to have fun with that Miller.
And that's the thing. I think
Lamar Miller, I think his consistency. Because I had him last year, and he would have one game where he'd get 20, the next game he'd get 5.
He's not
and
sexy.
And then he'd have 14, and then 3. You can never put it in, and that's what you're going to get with all these running backs. They're not going to be the consistent 12 to 15 that I like. I don't like the big guys, the big poppers that'll get you 31 week and then get you 10 the next week. You know, I don't like those guys.
But I think Miller, though, with the improved offense, Jordan Cameron, all those guys coming there, the line looking a little better, Albert's back. I think he's the safest guy that's not a sexy name. Like, he has a high floor, but also a low ceiling. You're getting 9 to 12 points every week somehow.
Which is great.
Yeah, for a number 2 running back, I'll take that. So it's safe security.
If Lamar Miller can do that this year, I'd be thankful.
He's doing it this year. And then I have CJ Anderson at 12. Like you said, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I think Peyton will come back to what he was. Not all the way what he was, but he's going to pass. He'll still pass the football. IBX not going to make them a running team.
I just think the offense is gonna go down. In my honest opinion.
Yeah, overall it will.
I don't think Manny's going to throw around 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. No, I think their offense as a whole is going to score less.
Less red zone chances.
It's just going to be overall less.
The line is a little worse. They lost a big boy for like the year already. Yeah, I agree. I think CJ will be a good number 2 at 12, but he's not going to lead your team in points.
The system.
All right, 13, I have a fun one.
Oh, we missed Mark Ingram.
Oh, I forgot you're 12. Mark Ingram. Talk about
Ingram.
Mark. You like him way more than me. He had a great year last year, though.
Mark Ingram at?
I have Ingram at 21. I'm low on him.
You like CJ Spiller coming in. I agree. I think, but I'm at the point right now where I think the offense in New Orleans is going to completely switch.
Yeah, run
From
first.
being a pass-happy offense to a run-first offense. Okay,
Yeah, I agree.
The first couple weeks they might realize that, and then switch it up. But I mean, they've lost everybody.
I think it'll be more balanced, actually.
Yeah.
I don't see Breeze being on a run first team, but it'll be more balanced
50-50
than it was. Yeah, or
close
to
to 70-30.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to.
Yeah,
So I still love Ingram, but look at his career. Last year he played, 13 to 16 games. He played mainly the whole
He
year.
played more than half the season.
And he missed 2 or 3 injuries.
Yeah. And he was never 100%. I mean,
I'm not sure he can do that again. We'll see. But I think he'll be good. I have him at 21, so right outside of number 2 running back. Oh my gosh. 13. Oh, wait.
You do your 13.
Yep, 13. I have a rookie. Melvin fucking Gordon.
That's a high,
He's
man.
win the whole fucking thing.
Those are the Chargers.
Well, I thought about it a lot.
You love our division people.
Well, I'm not high on Anderson. A lot of guys have him at 6 and 7. And Charles, I have at 3. You have him at 1. But Gordon, I saw Brandon Oliver last year. I saw Woodhead. He's coming off injury.
Oh, their backups are trash.
Oh yeah, I think Gordon's the main man.
No, he will be.
And they're going to have a pretty good offense. I think Rivers.
When
is
Ryan Matthews was healthy, he ran the ball really well there.
Exactly. I think Gordon's faster, more explosive. It's kind of a risk pick. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
But the upside's so great. I mean, I'd rather have him over these guys below him.
Yeah.
Because we know who they are.
Yeah.
We know who they
This
are.
is where my do not draft start coming in, so
Okay, let's get it.
I'm all about taking Gordon.
We're in your, 4th tier? Or what are we at?
My
The middle of the 3rd
My
tier.
3rd tier is where I start getting these do not draft guys. So I got Justin Forsett. Career year last year, not so thinking it's going to repeat. And then 14, I got Lamar Miller. We already talked about him.
Yeah.
And I got Joyce Bell at number 15. Do not draft list. Again, question marks. Question marks. Question marks.
Okay. I like all those. I think Joyce Bell, though, I have him he's off my map. He's not even on here. He's below 40.
Yeah.
So I think Amir Abdullah will get that job
Look at Nebraska. Yep.
sooner than later. I think Bell's too knocked up. Let's go to one, though. Forsett I have at 15. Who's Morris?
Comparable. Alfred,
Oh, yeah, Alfred. Where do you have Alfred?
18. Do
you
not
have him
draft.
low.
I have do not draft.
Okay, so I have him at 16, a little bit higher than you. I think he's one of the guys that they have no backup.
Yeah.
RG3's got to rely on someone.
Well, RG3's going to be injured, so
He's
it's Kirk Cousins' job.
Yeah,
That's for a different segment.
Morris is unsexy, but he's never missed a game. He's always playing, so
Yeah.
he'll be getting a lot of yards. The one guy I have in here, I'm going to sneak in here, Latavius Murray at 14 Raiders.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, I want you to.
You have our division going 12, 13, and 14. You love our division.
That's true.
So the AFC West is poised for a great year.
Well, look, with Don Tari Poe out and our pass rushing team, you're going to be able to run on the Chiefs pretty easily. The Broncos lost Ian Wolf.
Yeah.
You can run on them. They have pass rushers, old pass rushers.
Raiders are in shit show.
Raiders have never been good at defense, and the Chargers, they may have a decent one, but I don't know. You can run on our division, and we have some of the best backs too. Latavius Murray, he wasn't consistent, but man, when he flashed against the Chiefs and against a couple other games, he flashed.
Yeah.
And I would feel bad if I picked one of these guys over him because the potential is off the chart.
Yep.
And that's why I want our league to keep going.
And I think Latavius Murray is one of those backs that'll give you 20, and then he'll give you 5.
Oh, another big reason too, though. They have Roy Halou, who they kind of like.
Yeah.
But Trent Richardson, who they thought could be their starter, he is looking absolutely terrible.
Cut him.
They may cut him. They might cut him.
He could be visiting Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Yeah, we're only in day 2 of training camp, but he's already getting embarrassing reviews.
Yeah.
Nick Saban had to call him and talk to him on the phone for an hour about focus and motivation.
Moving on. No one cares about the Raiders.
So, well, Murray's in charge.
Okay.
That's the point of this.
So we got Justin Forsett at 15.
Yeah, he's Nothing really to talk about here. I think Forsett will be more of the same
touch
next
base
year.
on him, yeah.
I think last year will be the best year he'll ever have. But he'll still get close this year, but their offense is just blasé.
Yeah.
You're not going to be wowed by Justin Forsett of the Ravens.
Alfred Morris, 16.
Morris, we talked about it, not sexy, but consistent production week
17.
to week. He's like Lamar Miller on a shittier team. 17's a big one here. I have Joseph Randle. When I watched him play, he looks so good. I don't believe Dunbar or McFadden will be anywhere close to his talent level.
Well, McFadden's on the pup.
Yep.
To begin with, so he's pretty much done.
Well, it's a weird preseason pup where you miss the preseason moment.
Yeah, so he's got question marks.
Yeah, he's hurt every year.
We saw what DeMarco Murray did with that offensive line.
Exactly.
So why not?
Talent-wise, Randall's probably like 30th in the league.
Yeah, no.
But with that line and his speed,
all the quote-unquote experts and all the rankings, they got him in the mid-30s.
Yeah, the only guy down here that might come back to bite me is Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
I can see that.
At 21?
And maybe Jonathan Stewart at 24. Just because they're proven commodities. But I think Randall's upside is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He could get 1,600 yards. He could do what Murray did last year, a little worse. Hey, man. I'm high on Randall. I'm the highest in the country on Joseph Randall. 18, who do we got?
Country.
Morris.
I get Alfred Morris.
Talk about Stewart, because we alluded to him a little
John
bit.
Stewart, I have him on my do not draft list.
Yeah, we're on the same page. You have a 17, though, which is high as hell. You should put him lower if you're not drafting him.
Well,
but I respect the right.
My do not draft list is based on where people will be taking them.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
where it's going in mocks.
Yes, most I got the 17th best player, but I wouldn't draft him. So if I took your approach, I'd just completely get him off my board.
That makes sense.
But this is a big board, so it's I don't know.
It's based on ADP a little bit. I get that.
It's a little bit different.
And I think Stewart's one of the guys. We're in the same boat here. That last year was like kind of an aberration. There's no way he stays healthy for a whole year again. And even if he does, Cam Newton takes the goal line carries. They barely have a passing attack. I mean, at best, he's a solid number 2.
Yeah.
You can't ride him.
I mean, they don't have Williams anymore, so.
I like to ride men, Kenny. You got a problem with that? I'm just kidding, guys. Just having a good time. Who's next here? Hey, at 20, we should take a break.
You have LeGarrette.
And then we'll come back.
You have LeGarrette Blunt.
LeGarrette Blunt. Where do you have him?
Holy crap! On my board at all. How did I miss him?
I don't know what happened there, but
my rankings have missed a player.
I just like LeGarrette Blunt. For some reason, he looks great with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And he's never got hurt.
He avoided the suspension.
Yeah, as long as he's motivated and not smoking weed, he's.
So that's what motivates him, sir.
Well, give him a little bit and don't get caught. Right. But he seems like a factor back in PPR leagues. I guess he doesn't catch the ball very often, but I still have him getting close to 1,000 yards, getting 7 and 10 touchdowns. He can play football. 19. Who do you got?
Trey Mason.
Holy shit! You have Trey Mason above Gurley.
I do, actually.
Well, you better explain that.
Gurley's got an ACL injury.
Coming back from injury, that's true.
Okay, so he's question marks at the beginning of the season. And you don't know how they're going to perform after the ACL. I know some players have performed amazing.
That's true.
Like Charles. But then again, some have sucked. Like, I don't know who else. But the point is Trey Mason's the starting back going into the season. We don't know when Todd Gurley's coming back.
Yeah.
And who's to say he's even going to be good? Yeah, some amazing backs recover quickly, like Charles. But.
The report today I read from Roto World is that Gurley might be ready for opening day.
Might be.
That's true. So realistically, week 3 or 4 is what you should probably bank on.
Yeah. But are you going to draft somebody with questionable rookie talent?
Oh, no, I get that.
At 20? I mean, I don't know.
The reason I don't like 19, though, is that you have him above a lot of surefire starters. Not a lot.
Hey.
Who the hell's G. Jennings? Or Rashad Jennings? Okay.
Greg.
Yeah. You have him above Melvin Gordon, Latavius Murray. Like, you have him above a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And Ellington.
Suspect second and third year players.
That's true. That's the only reason I'm disputing it, though.
That's fine. You love
I'd rather get a guy who's getting the bulk.
You love fresh talent.
Like Chris Ivory, you have at 32.
He sucks.
He still got 900 yards last year.
Yeah, even the Jets.
I know, that's true, but I don't know.
Doug Martin, give me a break.
I guess Mason's the one guy we disagree with, but I can respect that because he did look awesome for like 4 to 5 weeks last year.
Killed him.
He killed him.
He made, I forgot, last year was on my do not draft list. Zach Stacy, he made him fucking quit.
Yeah, Stacy's like
He quit football.
60 on my list.
He quit football.
He's third string with the Jets, but he looks terrible. They fourth.
Yeah, he got traded.
He's got Ridley and Bilal Powell ahead of him and Ivory. So goodbye, Zach Stacy. Let's do one more. Let's get to 20 here, then be done. Actually, I got 2 more I got to talk about.
Okay.
I have 19. I have Andre Ellington, Cardinals. You hate him.
Yeah, last year he was on my do not draft list. You drafted him, I think, in the 2nd round, and he boned you.
Well, he was good when he was healthy, but he got some plantar fasciitis and missed half the year.
That's turf toe for those.
If you predicted an injury,
I never said he'd get injured.
okay, well then
I just said he was in a lackluster offense.
you got lucky then because he only sucked because he had exactly a
My
backup
do not
quarterback.
drafts are money this year.
With Carson Palmer and a clean slate of health, he's going to finish top 20. You have him close. You have him 22. And then I have Carlos Hyde after him, where do you have Hyde at? Oh, 16. We didn't talk about him.
We did not. We skipped
Do it really quick.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I think Hyde will be a good number 2. I'm at 20. But I think, kind of like you and the Jets and the Browns and a lot of teams like that, I think their offense is going to suck. So and their line's going to suck.
I just can't envision a day where a Browns running back and a Jets running back produce some fantasy.
Ivory did last year.
This isn't 1997 Curtis
had
Martin was running around the football there,
He
sir.
had like 900 yards and
No.
4 touchdowns. The touchdowns were
There are
slow.
some teams
He needs
that
more
you
touchdowns.
don't draft running backs for because they don't do shit.
Well, then this year I'm having that as my 49ers. He's going like 13 in the country overall at running back. So he's on my
love
draft
the
list if they take him. Yeah. He's one of the most talented backs probably in the league, but the team just looks. I don't like the 49ers. They look like shit.
I see that.
Vernon Davis is going to refuse to block and get injured on the sideline and just showboat for no reason. All right. You want to do one more before we go take a tinkle and split it up halfway? You got to do one more. Number 20.
Giovanni Bernard.
You have him high. But it's PPR, so you think you'll get more catches. Good for now, good for now. Aubrey. We'll just give you a shout out. You're good. She's pissed and shy. 4'4". Possibly a hobbit. Uh-oh, Billy's girlfriend? Alright, we're good to go. We'll come back with Giovanni Bernard after the break.
Ooh, Giovanni Bernard. Yeah, the break.
Okay, after the break, this is the Tolan Ticket, episode 3, running back ranking. So we are back. Well, they had 2 running backs last year. This year they got 3. Sorry, give me these. They have Duke Johnson. They drafted from Miami.
Yeah, he could be good.
He's like, they think he'll be the big sleeper of the year. So they got Terrence West, Crowell, and Duke Johnson. I have them all projected for like 400 yards each. I don't know how much.
Yeah, they're all going to suck.
I have no idea what's going to happen. It's too early to tell.
Why can't they get another Jim Brown?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Jim Brown Tolan Ticket.
Wait, Jim Brown? We're talking about the Browns?
Just kidding, guys.
Oh, yeah, let's
It's
start
running
it off.
backs time at Ugly Joe's. Priest.
All right.
21 for you.
Isaiah Crowell, I have him on my do not draft list. I don't think he's the 21st best running back by any means. I think that's where the popular average draft position is, but don't touch him. As Tolan alluded to in our pre-ticket podcast, there's going to be about 3 running backs on that squad.
Duke Johnson from Miami is the rookie, the hot little sleeper pick this year, and then also Terrence West.
The hot guy from last year, Terrence West, and another hot guy from last year, Crowell.
And they're like equally talented, so I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
They're all going to get 200 yards.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. They shouldn't have even drafted another running back. That was the one position they were good at.
Don't touch Isaiah Crowell, even though everybody thinks he's going to be the 21st, 25th best running back.
Yeah, look at my stat projections here in the Excel spreadsheet I upload after a bit. You'll see what's going on there.
On the non-working website due to lack of donor funds.
I'll put them on the... We have the site made.
No, I know. We got to get the site.
We'll get the site up eventually, but they're going to go on the Facebook and Twitter page. Twitter page is also stalled. some legality issues, but we'll put it on Facebook at least.
Someone's suing us. We'll put it that way.
Someone will see what's going on.
All right, so my number 2, I have Andre Ellington. I know you had him earlier at 19. I'm still not a big fan of him down there, and
You have him at 22?
he was on my bust list last year, and I'm going to keep him on
You still
mine.
like him as a number 2 running back, basically, or a flex.
Yeah, I think anybody in the 4th tier, if you expect anything out of them as your great running backs, then your team sucks.
He was a sexy sleeper last year, but yeah, I wouldn't rely on him from draft day on. I like David Johnson too in Arizona. He might steal some carries.
All right, give me your 2.
I got Mark Ingram. We talked about him at 21. I like him a lot, but I think with C.J. Spiller's presence, I just don't see Mark Ingram. I don't see him staying healthy either. Actually, I don't know. I think he's one of the guys that I have a little ticker on. Like, I'm not taking him as my 13th or 14th ranked running back overall because there's some question marks there. I think C.J. Spiller too could emerge as it could be a timeshare almost.
Yeah, I agree.
It'll probably go 75-25 or 60-40.
But
Both
the
of those
offense
scare
as
me.
a whole is going to shift, like we talked about earlier. I think.
They could be more run-oriented. That's true. But I still don't like him as anything more than number 2 back. He's not leading my team. 22 is a big one for me.
22.
Oh, Jesus.
TJ Yeldon.
TJ Yeldon football.
I don't even have him on my board.
Dude.
You know,
he's on your top 40? You hate the Jaguars.
Reddick. Like I said, there are 3 or 4 teams I will never draft anybody on because they consistently, year after year after year, never produce crap.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Never have a Raider, never have a Jet, never have a Brown, and never have a Jag. And a Titan, and maybe a Tennessee Titan.
Hey, TJ Yeldon has the physical tools to be a 3-down back.
Yeah.
Denard Robinson's a little pussy. I'm not scared of him. Gerhardt, whatever. He's past his prime. He's like Peyton Hillis. 25 years old.
Last
Your
year,
last
do not
year
draft
as a
list.
white running back.
Nailed it.
But yeah, I like Yeldon, and I think if they can block a little bit and have a good passing game and Bortles improves, he could be a serviceable flex player this year for you. Or number 2 if you went wide receiver heavy. But I do like TJ Yeldon 22. 23, you hate this guy too. Chris Ivory.
Yeah.
It's an ugly situation there, but you got Zach Stacy, Stephen Ridley,
He could steal that job.
Bilal Powell.
Balula Powell.
Balula Powell.
Balula Powell.
Ivory will be the starter. Those other guys are trash.
Same situation as we talked about with
Ridley was good, but after that knee injury,
with the Browns.
he's done, man.
There's too many running backs that suck to not stand out, so you can't rely on any of them.
I think Ivory will stand out, though, but yeah, you don't start him as anything more than number 2 running back.
The 23rd best running back is not going to stand out in my book. So.
I'm not going to brag about 23rd running back Chris Ivory, but I think he's a guy that won't be sexy, but you can have him as a number 2 and probably still win your league. You want to brag? Kenny wants Ivory in round 3 early.
Ooh. I got Jennings, the late Jennings.
Rashad Jennings, the Giants. He's a guy in the timeshare that scares me. Tom Coughlin says he wants Breen. He thinks Breen can be a 3-down back. What
Absolutely
the hell?
Not.
But the fact that he thinks that makes me think he's just as delusional as the Raiders with T-Rich.
Oh.
Like, it scares me. That's why.
T-Rich.
But you also have Andre Williams there, who did pretty well.
Intermittently.
Sub 4 yards per carry, though.
Yeah.
You want to get more than that. So you got 3 running backs who are all about equal talent with different skill sets. I don't like that. I want 1 at the most, or maybe 2.
Yeah, we're really getting into the cream of the crop where they all pretty much.
But this is where you make your money, so we have to talk about these guys.
Exactly. So we're gonna find that this. I know you've got a lot of my next guys 10 spots higher than what I got, but
it depends. Some of these guys. This next one's the most interesting of all, probably.
I have Frank Gore.
He's the least sexy ever, but
he's going to produce.
He's going like as high as 15 in some drafts, and as low as 30 in some drafts.
The thing is, I have him as a do not draft, only because I don't think he's going to do what he did last year. But I still think he'll be serviceable.
And I have him at 27.
In their offense.
I agree. I like Boom Heron more than most people.
Yeah.
I think he'll get some carries.
Yeah.
But I think Gore's a guy where you might get 700 or 800 yards. He's pretty safe.
In those leagues where he's going really high, I think people will think, oh, the Colts offense. Oh my God, everybody who gets plugged in is going to be a fiend. Not necessarily.
Yeah, what upside does anyone see in Frank Gore? Like, I want someone to come on the podcast next week and talk about that.
I still think Boom Herron, unfortunately, is going to still play a big role in that offense.
Like, is it possible Gore gets 1,000 plus and 10, 15 touchdowns?
He would get
that
lucky.
would take a fucking miracle.
He would get lucky if he gets 1,000 all-purpose
You always
yards.
hate on Gore every year.
I do. I hated on last year, but he wasn't as good last year.
Gore will not get 1,000 all-purpose yards.
All-purpose? Oh, yeah. He doesn't receive the ball ever, even when he's young.
Any running back in the NFL is going to get at least 100, 200 yards receiving.
That's 100, 150 is about his max. Yeah.
But you can't tell me Gore is going to get 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, 27 for me. He's the last flex guy here. Maybe he's probably a best served as number 3 running back.
Yeah.
Who do you have at number 20?
25, I got Latavius Murray, which you have at 14.
Oh, I love Latavius Murray.
I know, and the reason why I hate him, he plays for the Raiders. Everybody in the Raiders are never bad. He's a young guy. You don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, he's a boomer bust kind of guy.
And I think
Go for it.
No, you're good.
No, I'm just saying he's the guy that's going to get you the 3 yards one game, or 3 points one game, or 30 points the next game. You don't know. And I hate those players.
I think we're both wrong. I think I'm a little too high on him because I see the upside, and I think you're a little too low because you're more conservative and you hate bad teams.
And I see what he does. Bad teams can't score.
So maybe Murray should be around 19, 20. You know, 5 lower for me, 5 higher for you. That'd probably be a good spot.
Sure. All right, we'll compromise on that one.
Melvin Gordon, you don't like him at all. He's my 13. He's your 26.
I don't necessarily dislike him. I just think he's a rookie and you don't know what to expect.
Exactly.
And having him at 13 as a rookie, you don't draft rookie. I don't know. I think you're way too high on him.
I like that. See, you're more conservative than me.
Yeah. I'm
willing to take the chance, praying I get the next AP, but more often than not, you don't get that guy.
No.
So I like that we have a conservative guy here and an aggressive.
Very rarely have you seen a running or any player for that matter come into the league and destroy. I hate rookie wide receivers. Last year they killed, but you didn't see people drafting them with in the top 15 wide receivers.
Exactly. A lot of my mindset is though that if a guy like Gordon does bust, I can still pick up a guy like Gore or Trey Mason, Crowell, Sankey, and still fill that void.
If you want to reach on him. But the thing is
Exactly.
he's gonna fall.
He'll take a spot of receiver if I take him this high.
Yeah.
A starting 1 or 2 receivers.
Yeah.
13 is a reach, so, but hey, I'm taking a risk, baby.
Reach for the sky.
I'm reaching for the stars, baby. riding Melvin Gordon all year. Oh, Daddy. Who's next?
Todd Gurley. I think, again...
You have a 27, I have a 28. The only guy we mixed for me in that gap, I had Stewart at 24, I had Sankey at 26. You have Sankey at 36. Talk about him for really fast. God, why do you...
It's not a bad team.
Yeah, you hate the bad teams. That's true.
The thing is there's a reason these teams are 2, 3, 4, and whatever. They only get because they can't score.
Yeah.
Now, just because you have a running back on a shitty team doesn't mean they're going to get 1,000 yards.
That's true. And touchdowns is the meat of your points in fantasy.
And it doesn't matter.
And Kenny had Sankey last year, but I think if Mariota's even slightly better than what they had last year, he should have a 800 to 1,000 yard year if he starts all 16 games, which is number 2. Very low ceiling. I don't think so this year. Sean Green is like getting old, and
I don't know what's going on with there.
I
don't dabble in the lower teams at all. Because here's my mindset. I'd rather take a number 2 split carry back on a high-powered offense versus the feature back, number 1 running back, whatever, on a crappy offense.
We agree on that the Titans could have one of the worst offenses in football.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. And that's why I have him so low, though.
Same with Latavius Murray with the Raiders.
Because Sankey, to me, is a surefire starter, but because his team is so bad, I have him at 26.
I mean, what happens when they're getting blown out and 20 to nothing? Is Sankey can get in the ball in the third quarter?
They'll be passing or putting in backups.
Yeah, the thing is you gotta think about that sometimes.
No, exactly. I took it into consideration. If they were a great team, if he was on...
TJ Yeldon 22, sir. That Jaguars offense is not going to lie at the scoreboard.
The thing with Yeldon, though, is he can also catch the football, which Sankey can't. And if he can get 400 or 500 yards receiving, he's like a Matt Forte type player on a shitty team. So if he can be as good as Forte was, I'll take the chance. I'll roll the dice with the Jaguars. And Bortles is he might get better. Their receivers look healthy. Marquise Lee and Allen Robinson both healthy. Jaguars, as much as you hate them, could improve this year.
Well, they can only go up.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
but think about their division. They may finish better than the Texans and the Titans. They may finish right behind the Colts.
That division is atrocious.
Is pathetic.
Which makes me wonder how good are the Colts? Are they just better than those teams, so they're smacking them around?
We found out
Who did they play last year?
Yeah, their schedule was still pretty difficult, but we found last year in the playoffs they got smacked.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You're playing 6 games against
lesser competition.
Probably what? I mean, I would be shocked if all 3 of those teams aren't picking in the top 5 draft next year.
Yeah, the Texans' defense will be the only way they can break 500.
Yeah, and Hopkins, I mean...
The Titans will not break 500.
No.
I don't see that. Vegas has them...
Jaguars won't do anything either.
But the Jags, though, they can finish like 7 and 9. It'll be respectable. It's a big improvement over what they usually finish.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so that's TJ Yeldon, Jaguars.
Let's jump into our 5th tier, which is basically...
So this is your almost trash.
This is basically trash.
The last of the guys who could start, though.
These are your bench guys.
Yeah.
Brendan Oliver. The only reason I still have him high because I'm not sold on Melvin Gordon coming in and doing his thing.
And that's okay.
I have him on my do not draft board.
He looked decent last year, though.
Yeah,
he wasn't terrible.
He was good.
He had a couple of big weeks, but a couple of terrible weeks.
Freeman from
Devontae from Atlanta.
From Atlanta. Question marks.
And he and Tevin Coleman are like a 50-50 timeshare right now. I don't know who's going to win it.
Yeah.
We'll have to get KJ Bradley, our Falcons insider, on next week and talk to him about it, because I don't know.
Where do you got Freeman at? I see you got Coleman at 31.
I have a back page here. 36.
36.
But I have Coleman above him, so I do think Coleman will steal the job. I'm not overly impressed by either guy, but when you draft Coleman so high, I think he'll take the job. What happened? Spiller.
They're not on my board.
Yeah, that's okay,
How did these guys get overlooked?
I don't know why you didn't have Blunt, but Spiller I can understand. A lot of guys don't think he'll do very well.
He's not on my list.
Well, I mean, that's okay. He may not finish on the list.
Must have been on a call that worked.
Although I'd have him above probably Denard Robinson.
I don't know. I think CJ Spiller, I don't have him in my rankings somehow. He got
What's he on mine?
Same with LeGarrette Blunt.
I have him at 37, so he's still low.
Boom Heron, I don't think I had him on my board.
The only reason I have him so low, though, is that these guys all have a chance of being number 1 eventually.
Yeah.
Freeman, Breen, yeah.
So you got there's Ivory. I got Doug Martin. I don't know.
You got Martin at 31.
What's going on with him of late?
So there I have Trey Mason. I have Abdullah. Really quick, we talked about Abdullah.
Yes,
Amir Abdullah.
Yeah.
Nebraska.
We talked about him.
He's a 4-down back. He's a great player.
Detroit.
He can play football, and I think he takes Joy Bell's job.
No, I agree. Joy Bell's on my do not draft board. Everybody's got him at 15th average draft position as far as the running backs go. Wouldn't touch him. He's way lower than that.
At 30 plus, I'd rather take a risk on him than an old guy who has no upside.
Exactly. Now that's when you take risks. It's in the lower half.
Exactly.
Picking Gordon and these rookies at your top 15 pick.
That's true.
I'm not a fan of that.
But you know how I draft usually. I'm a big proponent of the opposite draft.
Yeah.
So if I go receiver heavy, Murray and Gordon are the perfect spot right here.
Yeah, no, I will. If I'm on the first 3 or 4 picks, I'm not taking a running back.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah, we both like receivers a lot this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if in a 10-team draft, 5 wide receivers are taken in the first round.
Yeah, with injuries and with timeshares at running back, they're just more consistent. You know what you're going to get from most receivers.
5 wide receivers, a tight end, a quarterback, and 3 running backs.
Maybe even 4 running backs in a row. But yeah, what are we at now? Abdullah, Trey Mason I have at 30, 31 Tevin Coleman, 32 Crowell, 33 Doug Martin. Let's talk about him. You have him at what? 31? I mean, they want to make him the starter.
Yeah.
I hear it's a straight up 100% competition between him and Charles Sims. Charles Sims, weaker, faster.
We heard things about him last year, never really panned out.
The Bucs are kind of like the Titans, though, that they might have a good passing attack, but overall, that offense may struggle.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a rookie quarterback. I mean, that's pretty much the simple. No rookie quarterbacks come in and tear it up.
I'm sorry. Shout out to Matthew Orozco, but I have no confidence in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense in 2015. You got 1 or 2 more years before your window starts, brother.
Racket.
Racket, sister.
All right.
Who's next? My nose is stuffy. Alka-Seltzer, where are you?
You got Fred Jackson, Ryan Matthews, Shane Vereen.
34, we're the same guy, Ryan Matthews.
Yeah.
I think he'll get some, we know, he'll get a little bit of the carries.
Yeah.
But if DeMarco Murray goes down, Matthews could become a top 10 guy.
Yeah, he's going to have to be because, I mean, you can't give the spiller. Darren Sproles cannot handle the rock.
He can't carry a workload.
No, he's not that type of back. So, Ryan Matthews has value. With the injuries to DeMarco Murray that he's had his whole career except last year, he's very sexy.
I think Matthews is the most important handcuff in all of fantasy football.
Draft and store, baby.
Yeah, if you take Murray in round 1 or 2, make sure as hell you get Matthews in, I don't know, 8 to 12. Yeah, wherever you need to, because if Murray goes down, you just got another top 10 back.
Exactly.
You're good to go. All right, so 34 Matthews, 35 you have Vereen, 35 I have Vereen.
Nice.
And he's like we talked about.
He could.
Rashawn Jennings or Vereen.
Yeah.
And PPR, he'll still get a lot of catches probably.
One game in FanDuel, I had him and Brady, and he freaking won it to me because he had like 3 touchdowns that one game.
Well, last year Ridley went down, though, and he became kind of a stud in FanDuel.
Yeah.
He still scares me, that's why I have him at 35, because what if Andre Williams emerges, and all of a sudden Vereen
But Vereen isn't a running back.
And that's true.
He's a catching running back.
He can still provide value just being a pass catcher.
Exactly. In a PPR league...
Yep, so if he's a third down back only, he could still score points like Darren Sproles. All right, 36, I have Devontae Freeman. 37, here's the guy you missed.
Ooh, CJ Spiller.
CJ.
Boom, Aaron.
Yeah, CJ, we talked about him. I mean, if he's healthy all 16 games, and if Ingram goes down, he's a pretty good handcuff, too. You got to say he's probably number 2.
Yeah, I think he'll get the touches. As long as he's not the feature back, he'll be fine. I know up in Buffalo he was there for a while, but Fred Jackson did his thing.
He couldn't handle it, yeah.
So, I mean, the league doesn't do those kind of running backs anymore. So, it's all about split carries, which is killing fantasy, which is why I think wide receivers are going to be.
It's not killing it; just makes it more challenging.
It makes it more. I mean, I remember, 5-10 years ago, it was running backs.
Factor backs.
It was running backs for the first 5 picks.
The cool thing is, though, back in those days, the average lifespan of a running back was like 5-6 years. They're out of the league.
Yeah.
Now they're sticking around to 34, 35.
Yeah.
They're old assholes just become receiving backs like Darren Sproles.
Yeah.
So it's kind of exciting because guys stay around longer but have weird roles. So Spiller, if you draft Ingram in round 2, 3, 4, make sure you get Spiller in like 9 to 13.
Yep.
Pick him up on the way back.
Yep.
Now 38, actually, I probably have him too high. You could have Andre Williams above him, Rashad Jennings above him, but I have Boom Herron, Colts. I mean, Gore, he's so consistent, so healthy, always so reliable and good. If he's ever going to get hurt in his career, it's this year. And Boom Herron will be there.
To carry the way to the playoffs.
But he probably won't get hurt just to spite me.
Boom Herron won me, Dan Herron, for those people, won me so much money in FanDuel last year. In the latter half of the season, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, no disrespect to any other back. Charles, he may have the best hands of any running back in football.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't drop a single pass when I watched the games.
Yeah, because he played the week 12 through the playoffs. He was so cheap.
Yeah, and it's actually weird that he could have better yards per carry running the rock than Gore even, but they're going to give Gore the chance to start because he's the older guy, the more experienced veteran. So whatever. But I think Boom, keep him on your radar because you can probably get him in the final 15, 16 round.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. And he could end up being a feature back on maybe the best offense in football. And that's crazy. You want him as your sleeper now. You just wrote him in. You might as well. If you're going to hang on to a guy all year.
My sleeper.
Let's talk sleeper. We've got 2 more guys after him.
Where's my sleeper?
We're only doing top 40 today.
Todd Gurley.
On the Tolan Ticket. Yeah, but Gurley's your sleeper, but I have him at what? I'm at 28, you have at 27. It's not really a sleeper, but he's in everyone's top 30.
Well, a top 30 back. A
Yeah.
sleeper meaning like,
I guess if you draft him at like 15 or 16.
yeah.
But yeah, Gurley's one of the guys. He's going to be boom or bust.
Yeah.
He's either going to be nagged and hobbled because of his knee all year, and Trey Mason will get all the carries, or he'll be a beast like AP, recover quickly,
Jamal.
and be like 5th in the league in rushing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Todd Gurley's a guy that there's going to be someone in your league who will jump on him like I'm jumping on Melvin Gordon and take him before you. So we'll do one more for the road. Sounds good. Thank you. So if you're going to take Gurley, if you want Gurley and want to target him, you better take him before 16, 17 running backs are gone, because someone in your league will. I know there's not very many Rams fans in the world, but someone will pretend to be and take Gurley early. That rhymes. Maybe, baby. All right. 39, Rashad Jennings. We talked about him. The Giants' backfield is a shit contest, a shit show. You have Spiller at 24. You're good. And I had Spiller at 37.
Oh, there's Blunt.
God, you love C.J. Spiller. That was in June, but you loved him.
Oh, that was in June.
You love Spiller more than like starting backs.
Oh, look, there's Trey Mason really far down here. 35.
Yep.
I agree.
Randall and Blunt, I think you'd take both those guys over Spiller now.
Well, this was back in June.
Yeah, you didn't know any better. Yeah, exactly.
So this was back in, when
But
Randall.
Ellington, you take him over Spiller now, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking you. I'm playing a name game with you right now because.
Jake Gurley right here, fucking 18.
Holy crap! Is that DeMarco Murray or Latavius?
Latavius.
Okay, you love Latavius.
Yeah, I got him
early
at
in the
19.
year, but now you have him at. You disrespected him this year. 25. God, what's happened negatively in the last month?
Do 37. Where did this list come from?
We're looking at Justin's rankings from June, and they're totally opposite from his rankings from July, so it's kind of interesting.
1.5.
Okay, so the top 5 looks similar.
Jake Anderson's 9.
Yeah.
DeMarco got him at 10.
All right, let's close out here, though. People are getting confused. Thank you so much. Can I go with one water, and then also I'll get my tab?
Yeah.
Just in case, yeah. What time is it, though? I want to stay here a little longer and sober up, but Jesus. We still got to finish this. One more guy. Rashad Jennings, 39. 40. This is a guy who I wanted to talk about because no one's talking about him in the country. You probably don't have him ranked anywhere. David Johnson, Arizona Cardinals, rookie. Yeah, he's not in your list. I just look at David Johnson's body, no homo, but he looks like Niall Davis. He's ripped, he's got a strong jaw, he's shredded. They say he has some trouble between the tackles, but he's one of the best receiving backs of all the rookies.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, Andre Ellington, you hate him and he's injury prone.
Yeah.
So David Johnson, if Carson Palmer in that offense explodes, David Johnson's the guy you want to get your hands on. And if you're in a keeper league, David Johnson, or remember the name, the Tolan Ticket, episode 3, Ugly Joes. We're out of here. Aubrey with the last words.
Get out.
She says, "Get out of here, you son of a bitch."